Have you considered the fact that you might be in a neuro-spicy relationship? Now, what do I mean by a neuro-spicy relationship? What I'm talking about is you or your partner, and maybe both of you, have symptoms related to dyslexia, ADD, ADHD, and the autism spectrum. You'll notice that I say symptoms related to because there are individuals out there in the world that would never get a formal diagnosis. They've not even considered that they have a learning difference. However, that doesn't take away the fact that they might have symptoms related to having a learning difference. Let me explain it to you this way. Let's imagine a puzzle, okay? Technically, in order to get a formal diagnosis of what I call a learning difference, you have to have 80% of those puzzle pieces. However, what about the individuals in the world that have 50% of those puzzle pieces, or 20% of those puzzle pieces, or even 10% of those puzzle pieces? Sometimes they're experiencing challenges that can easily be overcome. However, they don't know what they're dealing with. Now, if you're in a neuro-spicy relationship, oftentimes you're dealing with a more. Now, let me explain what I mean by a more. So, I was in a neuro-spicy relationship. I have ADD myself. I can remember talking to my friends about the challenges that I was having in my marriage. I would share that my husband really expected the house to be very, very clean. And oh, by the way, he would do most of the cleaning himself, even though he was very busy with his work and he held a very successful position. My friends would be like, "What are you complaining about? You've got a husband that actually cleans your house. I don't want to hear about it." And I felt as though I was complaining. I felt as though I was being inconsiderate or unappreciative, and I would be quiet. However, over time, as I started to discover and do this type of work, I started to say, yes, he does clean. However, he's OCD to the extent he's cleaning with a toothbrush. Now, that totally changed the narrative of the story. That was the more that would cause my friends, when we would be talking about our relationships and our spouses, go, "Oh, wow, I don't know if I would like that or not." Our house would look beautiful at Christmas time, and all my friends and family would be like, "Oh my gosh, your husband put so much work into your house. It's so amazing. He decorates. It's awesome." And in the beginning, I would be like, "Yeah, it really is beautiful." But what they didn't know that was happening behind the scenes was he had to have it a certain way, to the extent, as newlyweds, I was not allowed to help with the decorations. As I started to feel more confident in myself, I would say, "I want to help put the lights on the Christmas tree." And we hit a point that he would let me put the lights on the Christmas tree or help him. Now, in my mind, I was thinking of drinking cocoa and having candy canes and wonderful and nice conversations as we're putting this as we're putting together this greeting card Hallmark movie Christmas tree lights decoration together. What was actually happening, however, was a very stressful situation, and he would wait until I would go to bed. He would take all the decorations, all the lights off while I was asleep, and put everything back on. These are examples of the more that often goes along with being in a neuro-spicy relationship. If you think you might be dealing with the more that I'm referring to here in your own relationship, send me a DM. Check out my website. Let's have a conversation and create success that you can take that more away and deal with all the challenges of just a regular old relationship.